What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Millennials Talk Podcast. I'm your boy, Kale.
I'm Alex.
I'm Candace.
And we're here with another episode.
No ism this time? You ain't gonna do that no more?
Candaceism.
You grew
I can be Candaceism.
Wait, that's not your ad name, is it?
It is on Instagram.
Okay, well, we're gonna drop that below.
I have a secret Twitter.
You ain't missing nothing.
Haters.
Yeah.
Let your haters be motivators.
Okay, period. So, just to do a check-in with y'all, how was y'all week? Anything new? What's going on?
My week was good. I'm very thankful I have a hybrid job, so I can work from home.
Thank the Lord.
And go in. So, I work from home 3 days this week.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
miss
So,
that.
yeah, I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, so no complaints.
I miss that.
Yeah. I wish I could work from home. Can't do that. So, my week was pretty good. I got that Harry Potter game 3 days early and for $20.
You're fucking lying. Me and Jalen was just talking about this
Dog.
shit. Did you see it? The Harry Potter game?
I've been seeing it. Is it like on a game console or is it online?
It's on the game console. It's not online yet.
All game consoles like
Yeah, I think
Xbox,
so.
PlayStation, and
Yeah.
what's the other one?
PC.
Nintendo?
Yeah, I think it's on Nintendo too.
Dog.
Sweet
I've
stuff.
had so much. You lucky I'm here right now. You lucky
Can I
I'm
get
here
it on
right
my phone? Like Pokemon Go?
No.
No.
Like disrespectful.
Oh,
No.
man.
now.
I don't have a video game.
It's okay, baby. We gonna work on that.
We can play. When I get it, we can play it here.
we gonna work on that.
Yeah, I need one of those.
So all you've been doing
I
is
love
just playing
Harry
Harry Potter. I do too.
Didn't know that about you.
You can't tell she's Gryffindor.
So my Halloween costume, it was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I never.
You
talk
just
when
let
talk
everybody
about
know that you a hater. So.
I never talk when you talk.
Anyway, my Halloween costume, I was Gogo Yubari from Kill Bill, but I had a Gryffindor patch on my jacket, so it was a mashup of Harry Potter and Kill Bill.
Go-Go is that bitch. She was fucking her up.
Yeah,
she was. She was fucking her up.
She was until she wasn't.
Yeah.
But I thought how she died was fucked up though.
Yeah.
I know.
It could have
right?
been a better, ending to
Had
that.
that ketchup coming out. She lost that.
So that's all you
I
been
love
doing.
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Man, I'm telling you, dog. My goal. I'm gonna be Detroit's first dark wizard, dog. I'm learning the killing curse. I'm going down every road. Like,
What's the killing curse?
Avada Kedavra.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. I just wanted to
Fuck
test
with
you.
me.
Oh,
I just
Fuck with me.
I just wanted to see if you knew
Those are
what it
very
was.
dark, just naturally.
Yeah, dark.
I'm fucking weak.
We can be sweet at the same time too.
That's true.
It's all gonna experience the whole episode.
Yeah.
Flirting with Candace.
I can't help it.
Okay.
So, man, look at it.
Anyways.
So baby blush.
Period.
How many days we got? 4 days.
I'm weak. But no, my week.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it. No, but my week was fine. I was kind of in a fucked up mood last week, based off of some shit that was going on. But my mood is starting to change a little bit. When you go through life and shit like that, shit happens. But you gotta learn how to persevere through shit, and that's really basically what it was. So it's a better week, especially with us doing this now and stuff like that. It kind of like motivates me to keep, going.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
That's good. Amen.
Yes, thank the Lord.
No time for that negative energy, baby.
Period. But Candace, this first topic you mentioned to me, so I wanted you to bring it in.
Okay. So the first topic is having a child on the rainbow spectrum, LGBTQ plus.
We just say
Yeah.
plus now.
I mean,
QA plus.
LGBTQA
LGBT
plus
QI.
whatever else is out there. Intersex is I.
When you edit this, I want you to put subtitles with the ball. LGBT.
Shit, you might
all
as well
those things. Yeah. So like, how would you guys? There was a viral video of a woman, and she was putting makeup on her son. And I didn't see the whole video because I don't like to engage in that type of discourse.
Yeah.
But, it kind of polarized some of the internet. There were people who were saying, look at who's responsible for this. It was a woman, they were trying to, paint single black mothers in a bad light, saying this is the cause and this is what's the problem. And
Right.
some people feel like, well, it's the lack of men in the household and whatever. But first of all, did you guys see the clip? How did you feel about it?
I didn't see it. I know me and you mentioned, like, you spoke to me about it, and I feel like for me being on the LGBTQA plus, ABCDE,
The rainbow.
all to the Z.
Alphabet gang.
The alphabet game. Basically, I felt like it's just weird, like, when it comes to parenting, like, how people swear up and down, like, if your kid is gay, like, they're not going to be successful, they're less than, like, I just feel like it's just ignorance, like, especially with men, like, in the masculinity spectrum. When you think about it, it's like, oh, well, if my son is gay, he's not going to, it's kind of like that. It's a pride thing because they want their son to carry on the legacy and stuff like that, and they still can. It's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like people need to stop making it seem like if just because your child is different that you love them less or whatever that situation is. Because when I came out to my dad, which was very recent, like a couple years ago, this whole time I had this like animosity and I was ready to go toe to toe with him because I was ready for like the negative. And this man literally just told me, he was like, I love you, you my son, and I had your back worth anything, I'll always be there for you. And it threw me off because I was like, damn, my dad is the hood nigga. Shout out to you, dad. That I've ever met. And he's from Highland Park. So it was like,
HP?
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. Like, this whole time I thought it was going to be a problem, but it really wasn't. But, I just feel like it's just ignorant. Like, you got to know that's still your child. Their life is just as valuable as being straight or whatever the case may be. It does not matter.
That's beautiful. And I'm glad that you had that experience. I was hoping.
Yeah. I don't want to be.
You don't want to tussle with your daddy.
That's
so
a big
many times you've seen. What about you, Alex? How do you feel about it?
Me, I also have to say I have not seen the clip. I wish I did see this clip because this sound cool. Well, not cool, but it sounds.
You're canceled.
No. It sounds.
It is.
Makeup sounds.
No. Let me finish. It sounds like a cool topic to get into. Okay.
You're uncanceled now.
Okay, I'm uncanceled. But anyway, I don't like if my child came out gay, lesbian, whatever. Shit, my baby. I don't care. Shit, as long as you're not killing nobody, daddy got you. I don't give a damn. I don't care about none of that stuff like that.
Period.
That don't make literally.
That's my worst thing.
What is what is the person that you fucking got to do with me?
Okay, that's for y'all. And
Well,
it got something to do with me.
no, but I feel like these were some of the arguments that I was seeing amongst it. Is like I said, lack of men in the household. They feel like if there's no man around to teach you manhood, this is the result. B, they feel like there's an agenda in the media that's causing people to turn this way.
It's like it's a trend.
C, there are being around too many women will feminize or effeminize men. And so, what would you say to these people?
I'm still a man at the end of the day. I may not be on the more flamboyant spectrum, but I feel like it makes it no different. Even the most flamboyant gay people still can throw hands. They still a man. The strength is still there. It doesn't take away from that just because they want to. Who they feel fluent in being is on a different spectrum. They play on the masculine and feminine spectrum because it is one. You got masculine women out here. You got more feminine women. For more feminine men. and they attract each other. I've been seeing on TikTok, like, it's relationships where it's a masculine female and a feminine guy, you know, and they work. That's just they thing. So, I don't know, I just feel like it's just ignorant. Like, people need to learn, like, shit, you have your own personal preferences, too, and people can argue you down about what the fuck you do and shit like that. So, to me, it's no different.
What about the argument of reproduction? You know, people say a part of this agenda is to stop reproduction because if everybody's gay, how are we going to procreate? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, seriously.
And that's the validation as to why it's wrong.
I mean, I still want kids, and I mean, I feel like the best part about it is I could choose when to have kids, opposed to it naturally just being like, well, you know, I'm pregnant, so what we gonna do? I can actually like wait or whatever, or plan it out. I mean, but it is expensive as fuck. Like $10,000 per kid, I think. I looked it up. That shit is crazy. Having twins is like 20, so, or 25. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I feel like it don't stop nothing. I mean, honestly, you can still have kids and move forward and be a parent and raise your kids the way that you want to raise them. It doesn't stop anything. I mean, I just feel like you have a village. It doesn't matter what, you know, sexuality you're a part of. It still takes a village to raise a kid. So, I mean, that's what I think when it comes to that.
I have to say that it's a part of the argument that you have to look at, because I have seen some men who have been raised or have been, you know, most of their upbringing has been with women.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen, like, most people, or rather all people, how they say, they are a bit of a product of their environment.
True.
So if you were raised more around women, I'm saying that you were more predisposed to, you know, getting that type of message thrown out. But I don't believe that that's the route that is necessarily being taken, because I don't think that you can just convert somebody gay like that.
Yeah.
Like how you see back in the day, like, motherfuckers tried to convert you straight.
Yeah.
No, like, you were born, or you come to learn what it is that you like.
Yeah,
and
experience.
You come through experience or whatever. So it don't necessarily have to be with not having a man in the house or whatever, but there's still, you know, your experiences are outside of just the four walls at their house. So you can end up gay, you can end up straight. You don't know. Most people don't figure out the shit till they go to college.
Period. Yeah,
so I really don't see what the big point is, where you try and base your whole judgment about a person just behind that. Like, shit. My friend, he lost his mother when he was relatively young or whatever. He ain't turned out to be gay, or he didn't turn out to be, you know, strongly effeminate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he had his dad to fill in the gaps. He had his mom just his whole life. Boy, get more ass than I do. Boy, get more ass than toilet seat.
Period.
But still, it's what you done learn. It's not just, you can't just confine stuff and go like, that's where the problem is right there. It's not that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. And it's not a problem. You are who the fuck you are at the end of the day.
Exactly.
If you can't accept yourself, then you don't need to be accepted by anybody else. You gotta learn that.
That's true. I agree. I feel like it's who you are as a person. Like, can't nobody sway you which way you want to go. Shit, I mean, if anything, you want to be trisexual, you could try something once and say that you don't like it. Shit.
Because I was gonna ask y'all, have y'all kept up with the list? The list of shit, like, on Twitter, where they say men can't do because they end up like, I can't eat dessert.
What?
I don't know. They just come up with random shit we can't do.
Is it that whole gay thing? Like,
yeah.
They try to watch to see. I did see something on TikTok where they was like, men, they have to be careful how they show other men, like, affection, like, not like sexual affection, but it's like how girls can show affection to each other. Men can't do that, and it's like certain things they gotta pre-think before they say, because they don't want it to be gay.
Go on a room full of men and try to eat a banana. Tell me what's going to happen.
That's what's funny about, like, feminism, because true feminism. Like truth.
Did you just catch that?
I want to say like there's like different waves of like feminism. And there's one wave, I don't know which one it is, third, fourth, who knows, but there's a wave of feminism that's fighting that part of patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? Because that is very limiting when it comes to your personhood. You know, if you have to follow these structures in order to be considered a man, or you can't eat a banana because, you know what I'm saying? So like some women, so you know what I'm saying? Patriarchy, that's all built under patriarchy. So like, you know, there's a branch of feminism that's trying to liberate men from this idea that y'all have to follow these structures, just like how originally feminism was liberation from how patriarchy placed these archetypes on women, how we have to be domestic, we have to be docile, we have to be submissive in order to fit the mold of womanhood. And so as that evolved and we've become to liberate ourselves, there was a wave of feminism that saw men were kind of rebelling, I don't want to say rebelling, but you know, they were seeing themselves as, you have to be this provider. And a lot of people felt like they didn't want that responsibility. Like, why should I have to be a provider for a woman just because I'm a man? Like, I don't want that responsibility. And so, you know, some people don't want to subscribe to that. Some people don't feel like that's their... that's why they're here. You know what I'm saying?
But it's too each... I
you know what I'm saying? Some people feel like, you know, my role is, I don't want to be a husband. I don't want to be... You know, like, some people feel like, even as a woman...
Bro, it's survival of the fittest, bro. And no matter what. I don't care what field you in, what you're doing, it's survival of the fittest. Nigga, if you can't get out here and get to it, you're going to fall victim. It's just what it is. It's like, right now, eggs is up high. Well, if you an egg eating motherfucker that can't afford it, you ain't eating no fucking eggs. It's just that simple.
Period.
If that shit $5, you got $2.50 in your pocket, you half short, my nigga. It's just that simple. It's not rocket science. It's not math. It's not charisma. You can go pray about it all you want, my nigga. But at the end of the day, you need $2.50 extra, dog. I can't let you have these eggs. And you can cry about it. You can say, oh, it's the system. I got out here and got it. Period. End of discussion. So it's like, it's survival if it's not. Natural selection been around since the dawn of time. So I'm not going to make up a bunch of words that already existed and recategorize and make myself feel good. The same thing that rappers do, they start calling themselves rock stars. Either you ass or you not. It's just that simple.
I didn't get that one.
Nigga, rappers start calling themselves rock stars because it took off the parameters of having to rap. Because now I'm just living a lifestyle. Because I'm a rock star. So now I can just sound like whatever. I can pop this and do whatever and da-da-da. Did Kendrick ever say that? Did Cole ever say that? Shit, did Drake even say it? No, they maintain, I'm a rapper. I write songs. And it's showing the craftsmanship. And that's what they survived to the test of time. And the rock stars didn't. The gangster dog didn't. Like, they just didn't.
A perfect example of what y'all talk about is Prince. He broke that barrier of being feminine and masculine. And he said he fucked more bitches than anybody. You know what I'm trying to say? Prince broke that mold that he said he wasn't gay, but people associate heels, the color purple, with a woman. That's why he went by a symbol, so you don't have to put him in a box. Keeping his own person.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to, you know, you don't have to align with these things to be considered a man. Like, a lot of people, when they think about gay men, they think about effeminate.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys don't even know that they homeboys are that way, and they don't have that outward appearance. You know, it's the stereotypes of gayness too. The media plays a big part in that.
Exactly.
I could say, and I know you gotta cut this out. A problem what I have with I love trans people, but a problem with there's a recent thing is they trying to take away of Aretha Franklin's song, "Feel Like a Natural Woman," and because they said that she needs to conform to fit them, I said no. You just and then too, TikTok got them promoting tampons and pads. Why are y'all promoting tampons and pads?
Let me add to that too, because they also said, and I read it, and they might have changed or they might have just swept it under the rug. They said that with trans people, that nudity with showing like breasts and nipples or whatever, it's fine for them to do it. Let it be an actual I don't know what other word to use. Let it be a biological woman.
Thank you, James.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Don't cancel me. And then you can't do that. So what is?
Yeah, it's no offense.
No.
Wait. So what is it? Trans people are trying to
they're okay.
They feel like they can
they show
themselves.
Yeah, they can be topless.
And I have a problem. It's an argument on TikTok talking about trans people is mad at women because we don't really call cisgender. I am a woman. I don't need all that to be called.
Let's reel it back, y'all.
Yeah. Please, I threw that biological out there.
Okay.
I'm out after that.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, next topic. I'm sorry.
Final thoughts.
Just cut that out.
And it like a motherfucker with this.
No, it's okay.
Don't cancel me like a credit card. I'm sorry.
Learning to exist in this world together, and it's gonna take these type of conversations.
Exactly.
My name is Annabelle. Don't cancel me.
You know what I'm saying? We're all just trying to understand this new reality. You know what I'm saying? Now that it's okay, or it's becoming more okay, because all these people have been hiding in underground communities. They've had to, you know what I'm saying, hide who they want to be, and now that it's becoming more acceptable, now everyone has a voice. And so some people don't feel comfortable with that. They feel like, well, you're changing how it's always been, and we shouldn't do that. And it's like, well, it's not that people are trying to change it. It's just now people want to be respected, and they want to find their community. And only for you to find that community, you have to make yourself present and, you know, have a presence. So just like how back in the day, white people were very uncomfortable with black people having rights and having their personhood and being in media and winning awards and having jobs, and they felt like, well, that's not right. I don't like this new world. Now we have all these new races. Now we have to do the same thing for you know, these genders. It's inclusive. It's inclusion. So for me, I feel like, you know, that movie Star Wars, I think that's a great example of how we should all start looking at the world. You know, we exist here with animals, with plants, all different kind of species, and humans, you know, in my opinion, you know, it's a spectrum. There's so many different types of people. There's not just man and woman, black and white. It's not like that. It's
a
spectrum of people. It's very complex. You know what I'm saying? You have people that are just so different. So I just think we all have to start learning how to coexist. And like I said, I brought up Star Wars because in Star Wars you got all these different. You got robots. You got Chewbacca's. You got Jabba. You got, you know what I'm saying, Jedi's. You have all these people, and although there are star systems that are fighting against each other, for the most part, you have people sitting in bars, and they was all kind of like just chilling and acknowledging that everybody is different. You know, but I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. That was a nerdy ass reference.
No, it's not.
It's a woman after my own heart.
But speaking of that, I feel like this also coincides with like mental health. So like you rolling into that and talking about how, as an example, like, you know, people coming out with their sexuality or dealing with, you know, inner demons that you go through on a daily basis. Like, how do you guys deal with like mental health, or do you keep up with your mental health?
Mental health. Well, I go to therapy. I have a therapist. I started therapy years ago because I needed help coping with my family issues and trauma. I had a lot of trauma coming up as a child, and it was manifesting in my relationships and my interpersonal relationships. And I was realizing I was coming into my womanhood, and I had no idea who I was as a person.
That's real.
So I needed to get a grip on my reality and who I was. I'm still learning who I am, but therapy definitely helped me. And it took me 3 therapists to find the right one for me. So
I heard that's really,
you know, it takes time. You do have to like find your person, but I'm very thankful for my therapist. But I think that and solitude, being alone, really helped me. And I know that might sound like the opposite of mental health and self-care, but for me, if you are always of the world and in the world, there's no way that you can go within and be within. And you have to go within and really like identify and start with that I am. Who am I? Question. And, you know, that can kind of help with your projection as to how the outer world works. But I think a lot of people are really of the world and outside themselves, and that's what causes the inner conflicts.
That's good.
I can agree. Damn. How do I? Yeah. I don't know how to follow that up, but no, I deal with. I'm constantly dealing with my mental health. Like, shit, what ain't I got?
Not what ain't I got.
Bipolar depression.
You really don't
anxiety?
bipolar?
Yeah. I'm crazy, kid. But
don't say that.
Okay.
Don't say that.
I'm not.
It's a figure of speech for him.
Yeah,
I know. People. You know what I'm saying? There's already a stigma out there about
if you go to therapy,
mental health.
Yeah. No.
And these terms, bipolar, you know, like you have to be very careful because these terms are used very loosely and they're usually often incorrect. You know, people say I'm bipolar because they feel like it's whole personalities. You got multiple personalities, and then that's not what bipolar is. And it's like people say I'm OCD because they feel like they like to clean, and that's not what OCD is. So like we have to be very careful of how and what we say.
I understand that, and I respect that. I'm sorry, but even with my ailments, I say last year, what was it, May 8th? I say that's like another birthday for me because I decided to go for help. I decided to get on medication, and I have a regular therapist and psychotherapist or whatever the hell. So I'm constantly trying to keep myself in check because I have like this. It's like feel like a fucking endless fire pit or whatever right here, and if this bitch get too hot, it's over. Like I have the tendency, like, if I get mad or I will become vindictive to the point I will destroy that person and myself.
Yep.
And I won't care. I know I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be a little burned, but still, like, it's something that I have to work through, and it's something that I'm still constantly working through because, like Candace said, it's a lot of stuff from my childhood that has come up. And more recently, I have my father back in my life. My father has been gone for the last 3.5 years. So my constant struggle right now is trying to figure out how to be a good son, but also trying to find a way to have my father learn to respect me as the man that I've become since he's been gone. So it's a hard thing that I have to deal with. But that on top of, you know, losing people and even as far as, I can even blame the pandemic. It forced me in the house. I was already in the house staying away from people, but I became more of a hermit. I've closed more into myself. Yeah, but now, in order to try and do something different, I come out. I hop in my truck. I'm going somewhere.
That's good.
I don't know where the hell it's going to be, but I'm going to do something. It's going to be fun. Ain't nobody going to be pregnant.
You could.
But no, it's and that's what that's what I do. And one of the big things, and I'm shut up. One of the big things, my thing is that help me humor.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like that.
If you,
comedic relief.
I'm not saying that you have to laugh at yourself, but I say that if you can't laugh at yourself in the situations that you in, then how can you live?
True.
You can't take everything seriously all the time.
I know that's right.
Can I ask this? I'm sorry. How do you find support? First of all, thank you for sharing. You know, in that part of you, because I know that might be difficult. But how do you find support in your circle of friends and let them know? Do you let people know about your diagnosis, and how do you let them know how they can support you?
Boundaries.
I tell my friends straight up, like more so, my friends started coming around I say maybe 8 months before my grandmother had passed away or whatever. And shit, my grandmother gravitated to them, loved them, cooked for them and everything. And they saw how I treated her or whatever. And then when she passed, all of them were there.
That's real friends.
All of my friends were there. There was nobody, you know, everybody understood or whatever. And my best friend, he knows, like, he can just sense if I'm in a mood or whatever. he'd be the first one to go like, "What's wrong?" Most perceptive person I have in my life outside of my parents. Everybody comes around. My thing is that, like we did with the conversation about me and men, I know that I constantly try and take the problem on myself. I don't like to ask for help. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that most men can't do. I ask for help now. I say something. Because it's rather you lose that bit of pride right there and say, I need some help. Right. Then you be down the line and going like, damn, I done fucked this up worse. So now I gotta dig myself even further out the hole. So
I'm different. Like when it comes to my mental health, I feel like I came in the game very late because I always felt like I had to deal with things on my own, and I felt like I couldn't trust anybody with the shit that I had going on inside, because I was like, well, shit, like, you know, I feel like struggling with your sexuality like most of your life, and then you're sitting here trying to be accepted as a kid, and then, you know, going through that, and then, you know, I lost my grandfather when I was young, so that was like a big, like, it was just a big life changer for me, because my grandfather was like my best friend that I, like, literally nobody could tell me anything. I could tell that man my whole life story. Like, even if he didn't even agree with whatever lifestyle, I still felt compelled or just comfortable enough to tell him, like, you know, everything. And I lost him when I was in like 6th grade, 7th grade. And it was just always been like, at that point, I feel like I shut down. Like, I can't really express myself emotionally like how I want to, because I feel like, I don't know why, but I just feel like people would never understand me in the inside. And it just makes me feel like I have to just, I don't know why, but I have to just feel like I'm on this road like alone. And recently, I started like with, I'm sorry, I'm choking up. Anytime I talk about my grandfather, it just kind of takes me
down. Take your time, baby. Take your time.
But it's just, when I recently started like therapy, Amber used to be on my head all the time. Like, Deontay, you need to go to therapy. You need to go to therapy. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm straight. Like, I'm gonna just walk through life how I normally walk through life, and I'm good. It's not gonna change anything. But I started realizing that, you know, I am OCD, and I know that for a fact. Like, when I was a kid, I used to count my steps a lot, and I still kind of do it. I count like a lot, like in my head. I hate to put myself.
I have OCD too.
I hate to put this out there, but I'm just gonna say it because I feel like it. But I'm the type of person that would, as an example, I'll take a shower, and you know how like you wash your whole body. Like, I count, like, you know, all the places that I hit, and I do it again and then again, and I think like maybe 3 is like my magic number, and I stay on that. So everything is done in 3s with me. And when I was a kid, I used to kind of like just count my steps. Like in school, you know how you have them tiles and they're like blocks and they step, and I used to always like use that to track my steps. Like, it was just little weird stuff, and I never really knew what that was until I started talking to other people. Like, they'll be like, I'm OCD too. Like, this is the shit like that I do too. Like, I count, and I thought that was a normal thing. And then somebody was like, no, you OCD. I'm like, shit. Like, people would see me wandering, like, my mom used to tell me all the fucking time, like, you just wander, like, why do you know, and I do, like, I'll wander while being on the phone, I'll, like, clean something once and feel like I have to go back to it, clean it again, and feel like, damn, I don't think I cleaned that the right way, and I gotta do it again, and it's just weird, like, I just gravitate to stuff like that.
It's not weird.
Well, I felt at the time, you know, I was like, damn, why do I keep doing this?
My OCD is nail biting. I told my therapist that I've been biting my nails since I was a kid, and it's to the point where I have to wear acrylics or fake nails, which that's the only time I don't bite my nails. And it's like, it's a nail biting to the point where I will look at it and I get so much satisfaction. Like, even if I'm biting and I stop, I have to go back to it. There's so much satisfaction in doing it, although it's so bad for me. And then I find myself biting the skin around my, because it's anxiety induced. Yeah. So it's to the point where it was disturbing my day. Like, I know I got this nail And I look forward to. I have to bite it off. Like I have to bite it.
I'm the same way. Like I can't.
And my therapist told me that was a form of OCD.
Yeah.
Like when it's uncontrollable.
Yeah, it's almost second nature.
Thinking about it, like it's like you have to go back to it, or you'll think like, damn, I got this nail and it's long, and as soon as it gets long, it's like it's so satisfying when you do it, even though you know it's a really bad habit. So yeah, that's my OCD. So yeah, I have to wear fake nails.
I would say one example, but that is just wow. 10 minutes. Oh well.
No, it's just until the video.
But
10 minutes, like as in we reached our max.
It was at 35 minutes.
It's at 30.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was at 10 minutes to 45.
Oh, okay. Cool. That worked.
I didn't. Wow. I thought I'm not saying like it's bad. No, I'm going like I didn't know there were. I didn't know about the different tics that people have. Like I didn't know about the counting thing to be in that hurry. The nail biting. Like I
didn't either. I had no idea until I was talking to my therapist. She was that's a form of OCD.
ADHD.
Your anxiety. It's anxiety induced.
It is.
Like I can't like if I know a floor is like dirty or whatever or has been dirty. Like if I get out of the shower or whatever and I see a dirty floor or whatever, nigga, I'm getting back in because it just don't feel right.
Okay, so let's talk about so like I feel like all black people have PTSD. Just from being black, you got PTSD. And I honestly think some people don't believe that, they have to go to therapy. But I think there should be some type of mental health support, even if you don't go to therapy. Like finding a village or people, finding a support system. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like a friend who you can listen to and talk to, or somebody who, when you do have feelings that you need to find somebody you feel safe with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Find a safe space. And it doesn't have to be a professional, but I honestly think that black people should find a therapist or a professional because
we deserve it.
We the way it's just society alone, we're triggered on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Every day you're seeing something online about a Karen or somebody getting shot by the police. Or, just in your community, something's getting shot up or somebody's getting robbed. And it's like, it's so normal that we think it's just the culture. Yeah. That's the culture. That's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas snatching your glasses and all of this, that's the culture. Yeah. That's just the wild, wild west or whatever. And it's like, this isn't normal. Like, it's not. We shouldn't be living this way.
We need help. We all do. We should reach out.
And then it makes us so desensitized. You know what I'm saying? It's like eventually we're gonna start seeing this stuff and like, look, that's just another name, or you know what I'm saying? I definitely think that's an agenda that the media pushes, is not just for black people, but I think Western media, or it could be other parts of the world, I don't know, but in Western society, they try to desensitize us, and not only that, but trigger us to have these emotional responses. So we can go on drugs and alcohol, or you know what I'm saying, whatever else fuels the pharmaceutical companies and doctors, and we having heart problems, and it causes us to eat bad, and so we're gonna have diabetes and all these other problems. So I think the triggers are definitely on purpose.
I think that's a good way to close out that segment, because we definitely do need to get help when it comes to certain stuff as black people.
And don't feel ashamed that
Please
you need to get help. Anybody need it. Superman need help.
And man, don't be afraid to share your emotions and to feel things, because emotions are bad. Now, if you can't control them, that could be bad. Yeah. But anger and shooting stuff up, that's an emotion. People feel like that's okay to have that one. So anyways, that's a whole nother topic.
I'm going to be in that one.
We're going to move past the third, and we're just going to skip to blind shot. So we're going to get this in. How much time do we have left, y'all?
39:21.
Okay. So we're going to drag that in. Candace, can you pass the basket, please? I'll go
pass
first today.
Please, like we used to do.
Show don't be on TV.
Tubi movies. I wish we could have talked about that one.
Oh, you want to grab those two papers right there to give us the answer?
I think Detroit the king of two.
I get this to you.
Just take one.
Yeah, I'm gonna read mine first.
Take one.
So this number 37, and it says, "What year was Martin Luther King assassinated?"
You got 10 seconds. Or you gotta take a shot. 10.
19. 40?
Fuck. No.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna let you retry that one. Just on GP.
Man.
Oh, I'm under pressure. Damn.
2, 1.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
go ahead.
1968, my brother.
I was gonna say 1960.
Wait, when you said 40, I was like, every nigga was ejected. Like, oh my god, this nigga here.
The school system failed, isn't it?
Girl,
They
I'm
had
under pressure.
like a Black Jeopardy Olympics. All the niggas.
On
like,
Black
oh.
History
You know that meme with the girl in the courtroom?
Month? Right.
No.
No.
No, shoot me.
And you did that in February. Black History Month.
Okay, girl, I don't need to guilt for real.
Cancel him.
He got the
No, cancel me.
He got the least amount of days to worry about.
Okay.
What is hummus primarily made from?
Come on, bro.
Like, what the fuck is that?
No, that's the same fucking thing.
No, he should have get it though, because you wasn't here.
Shit, I wasn't here.
What number is that?
This is number 11.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
this was, y'all already did?
No,
No, he
I
wasn't
don't know
here.
if I should play this. I make these questions.
You good? You gonna mess it up too?
You want me to play?
What's your answer? 10 seconds.
Ain't it like lentils, like beans or something?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Damn.
That's your
Oh, you was cool. You was close too.
We're taking a shot.
Okay.
It's chickpeas.
Chickpeas, boo.
Chickpeas?
Yeah.
Okay.
You was in the right
No,
range.
I'm sorry.
Hummus is
You was in the
delicious.
right range.
I mean, if you take me, I'll eat some.
This nigga.
Boy, if you don't
He
just.
forever.
I ain't mad, bro.
How
You don't
about
make
we-
the shots you don't take.
How many cards are in the deck?
Come on, bro.
52.
Fuck you, nigga.
Is
Was
that
that 23?
Was that what number was that?
Number 23. Yep.
Ooh,
I should take a shot. Take off.
57.
I was gonna say
I need another
12.
question.
All right, yeah.
Chase this shit. Ain't that a bitch?
36. What city did Prince Hakeem travel to find his bride in the
Come on.
coming
Why
to
they give you the easy shit?
What
They
the?
gave him all the black shit today. They got all the black shit.
Can I pass?
Go ahead.
I was
and
like I was at a close-up camera. I was at a close-up camera like. That's crazy. I got my iPhone. I'm out here with the close-up camera.
Kill, where your wallet?
You better. You
I
better.
can have my fucking black card. No, it's Zamunda.
Zoom.
Where did he come to?
No,
He came to America.
What city did he come to when
Oh,
he came to
New York?
America?
Yes.
Oh,
What
New York City is a city.
What
No.
city did the
No.
king come to?
You take the shot. Take the shot.
Oh, that's the question.
Motherfucker, Queens!
Queen. You don't remember when he spun the globe and then I was like, Queen.
What is it this like for a king to find this queen? Oh!
Fuck y'all, then.
Motherfucker!
Damn.
I'm so.
You
don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was wrong right on his ass. I said New York, so.
It's the shot.
It's the shot.
That's
Motherfucker, you took two.
No, but I thought it was Zamunda.
We ain't got no milk.
That's where he from,
I
man.
know. But I think I read the question wrong. It's okay.
It's alright. You drunk already?
Cause he didn't know who Prince Hakeem was.
He fucked
when
us
he
with that. I thought I read the question. I'm
read.
like, did I read the wrong shit?
You just. Oh, okay. Alright. I thought you took a shot just because.
Which U.S.
Okay.
state is the biggest? Texas.
That's the same
I
thing.
got fucked up last
What's
time.
There's
It's
California.
14.
It's
It's
Alaska.
14, so is it California?
It's
No, it's
Alaska.
It's Alaska?
That's what I said.
I said Texas.
Motherfucker, what?
I had the same question.
Alaska? Hold on. Hold on, that's empty.
Nigga, put it on the floor.
Oh, we put it on the floor. I don't want to ruin your floors. I almost took my shoes
Come
off.
on, take a shot. You stalling.
Yes, he don't want to take the shot.
Y'all at 43, 48.
Okay.
What is Superman's birth name? Kal-El.
See.
You just
What's his
My nephew, my cousin, I have a cousin named.
I thought it was Clark Kent.
That's Superman.
No,
Shout out to
it's-
Cal.
it's
No,
real-
his
That's it.
real
His
name.
real name.
That's his human name.
Okay.
That's
Who the
We miss you, girl. Shout out to Khaled.
What is meteorology the study of?
Come on, nigga.
What'd you
We
say?
did that one last week.
We did, but I don't remember.
Now
Aw,
we into an
damn.
even spectrum now. We get out the black shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whack.
Come on.
What was the
10,
question?
9.
What
What your grandma be watching tonight?
is meteorology the study of?
Oh,
Years.
boy.
Years, though.
No.
No, honey.
Take the
Oh, baby.
You know,
Southfield
being
school
around this,
system.
you pointing to the map.
Southfield school system.
He like hit to that field trip to Specs Harbor.
Right.
You ain't gonna say that.
Shayla, shut the hell up.
What president is on a $1 bill? Ain't that Jefferson?
God damn, take this shit.
No.
All y'all niggas need to take this shit.
George Washington.
It's alright. I just tried to try it.
You just wanted the shot, didn't you?
Did Harriet get on the penny on the
Oh, I
$5
ain't get the
yet?
pick. I ain't get the pick.
It was a Harriet told me supposed to be on the $5.
Oh,
She was on 20
man.
or something.
I forgot to put these in there. It's take a shot.
Damn. Is this the last round?
It's 45. Yeah.
Last round.
Last round. How many
Fatality.
Fatality.
Katana wins.
I don't know.
Fatality.
Y'all ain't put water in it?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
fucking
it's
right.
Water up there?
Wait, how many rounds? We just gonna skip.
And I got a water.
This the last one, Pooh.
Okay. Well, I'll read mine. 12. Which country invented tea? China.
Hey.
Nah, you got one.
I was finna say London, and that's not a country.
When I come to the club, step aside. Pump the seeds, don't be.
I know this one.
What's it?
I know. It's question 6. Who
What
live in
is
a pineapple under the sea? It's SpongeBob SquarePants.
Next is Gary.
It's Gary. Motherfucker don't even pay no rent. Gary don't even pay rent.
Y'all gonna put some
Candace
respect on
doing the
Gary.
last one, y'all.
Yeah.
That motherfucker can't even.
Well,
he
we
don't
might
even
as well
have his own
finish
sound.
it too off the camera.
Okay.
Dear me.
Last one.
Shut the fuck up.
Who was the first African American to serve as the United States Secretary of State? Oh, yeah.
Ooh. I did
Not
not
y'all going at the same time.
Fuck it up.
He light skinned.
What number
Colin
is that?
Powell.
What
There
number
you
is
go.
that?
Is that it?
30.
Yeah, right here.
32.
Yeah.
Colin Powell.
Yeah. Okay, wrap it up.
And it says honorable mention Mays, Frank Beverly.
You need to cut us out.
No, we keep this in. We break the fourth wall over here.
Shit.
Yeah, Candace won.
Can we play blind blunt next session or something?
Damn.
You can't play that.
But thank y'all.
You hit on my damn.
I don't drink. I gotta go home.
I'm weak. But thank y'all for watching another episode of Millennials Talk. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Leave topics in the comments.
Yes, thank you. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow.
Make yourself useful.
Alright.
Okay, I ain't saying that.
His name is Alex, by the way. If you want to know, that's his name. Yeah, his mention is under there too, so just in case, you know.
Do you want me to?
My name.
And last thing, follow us at Millennial Vision E on Instagram. Now, peace out, y'all.
Okay.